You know that moment when you're drifting off to sleep, and suddenly you feel it? That soft, gentle paw pressing against your cheek. Maybe it's your nose. Maybe it's your forehead. And for just a second, your heart melts. You think, "Aw, my cat loves me. They're checking on me. They care." Well, I hate to be the one to break this to you, but that's exactly what they want you to think. Your cat isn't showing affection. They're not bonding with you. They're conducting a wellness check, and not the kind you're hoping for. See, your cat has exactly one job at 3 in the morning, and it's not to comfort you. It's to make absolutely certain that you, their primary food source, are still breathing. Because if you stop breathing, who's going to open that can of premium wet food at 6 a.m.? Who's going to refill the automatic feeder when it jams? Who's going to drive to the pet store when they run out of their favorite salmon pate? Not you, if you're dead. So that little paw touch, that's your cat performing a vital signs assessment. They're checking for warmth, for the rise and fall of your chest, for any sign that their investment in you is still paying dividends. It's quality control. It's risk management. It's cold, calculated resource monitoring. And here's the thing that really twists the knife. This behavior is rooted in actual biology. Cats are evolved hunters, ambush predators who need to be acutely aware of their surroundings at all times. They can detect the slightest vibration, the faintest sound, the most minute change in temperature. When your cat puts their paw on your face, they're not just touching you randomly. They're reading you like a medical textbook. They can feel your pulse through your skin. They can sense the warmth of your breath. They can detect whether you're in deep sleep or just faking it to avoid their demands. This is reconnaissance. This is surveillance. And you're sleeping right through it, completely oblivious to the fact that you're being audited every single night. But wait, it gets worse. Because that paw that's touching your face, it's not just gathering data, it's leaving something behind. A calling card, a signature, a brand. You see, cats have scent glands in their paws, and every time they touch you, they're marking you with their scent. They're essentially tagging you like a piece of property, like a rancher branding cattle. They're making absolutely sure that every other animal in a 5-mile radius knows that you belong to them. Not the other way around. You think you own your cat? Wrong. Your cat owns you, and they've been signing the deed every night while you were unconscious. Those scent glands aren't just in their paws either. They're in their cheeks, their chin, the sides of their face. That's why your cat rubs against you constantly. That's why they headbutt you when you're trying to work. That's why they weave between your legs when you're walking down the stairs, nearly killing you in the process. They're not being affectionate. They're updating their claim. They're refreshing the contract. Every rub, every bump, every seemingly loving gesture is just another layer of scent saying, "Mine, mine, mine." And you fall for it every single time because you think it's cute. Now let's talk about those 3 AM Zoomies. You know what I'm talking about. You're dead asleep, dreaming about literally anything other than cats. And suddenly it sounds like a herd of elephants is stampeding through your hallway. Your cat is tearing through the house at full speed, bouncing off walls, launching themselves onto counters, skidding across hardwood floors like they're auditioning for an action movie. And you lie there in bed, exhausted, thinking, why? Why does this happen every single night? Well, let me tell you why. Because your cat is crepuscular. That means they're naturally most active at dawn and dusk. Their wild ancestors hunted during these times, and your adorable little house panther has retained that instinct. But here's the sinister part. They're not just playing. They're running territorial patrols. Your cat is checking every corner of their domain, making sure no intruders have breached the perimeter while they were napping on your laptop keyboard. They're reinforcing their control over the territory. And here's the kicker. By doing this at 3 in the morning, they're also doing something else. They're sleep depriving you. They're keeping you weak. They're making sure you're too exhausted to resist their demands. Because a tired human is a compliant human. A tired human doesn't argue when the cat wants treats at 4 a.m. A tired human doesn't question why the cat needs a third breakfast. A tired human just stumbles to the kitchen, opens the can, and goes back to bed. Mission accomplished. And while we're on the subject of psychological warfare, let's address the staring. You've seen it. Your cat sits in the middle of the room, perfectly still, staring at absolutely nothing. Or what appears to be nothing. They're locked onto a spot on the wall, or the corner of the ceiling, or the darkest part of the hallway. Their eyes are wide. Their pupils are dilated. They look like they're seeing something you can't see. And you start to wonder, is my house haunted? Is there a ghost? Am I living in a horror movie? No. No, you're not. Your cat is just gaslighting you. Cats have something called the tapetum lucidum, a reflective layer in their eyes that allows them to see in near darkness. They can detect the tiniest movements, the slightest shadows. And their hearing? It's off the charts. Cats can hear frequencies up to 64,000 hertz. For context, humans max out at around 20,000. That means your cat is hearing sounds you literally cannot perceive. Ultrasonic rodent squeaks, the hum of electrical wiring, the vibration of insects moving inside your walls. But do they explain this to you? Do they help you understand what they're reacting to? Absolutely not. They just sit there, staring into the void, letting you spiral into paranoia. Because a scared human is a dependent human, and a dependent human is easier to control. If you're enjoying this descent into the truth about your so-called loving pet, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe, because your cat definitely doesn't want you learning any more of this. They'd much prefer you stay blissfully ignorant while they continue running your entire life from behind the scenes. Now, let's talk about the slow blink. This is the one that really gets people. Your cat looks at you, and slowly, deliberately, they close their eyes and open them again. It's gentle. It's tender. It looks like a kiss blown across the room. And every cat behaviorist on the planet will tell you that this is a sign of trust and affection. And you know what? They're technically right. But here's what they're not telling you. Your cat learned this. They adapted this behavior specifically to manipulate you. Cats are solitary animals in the wild. They don't naturally live in social groups like dogs do. But when they got domesticated and realized that humans are suckers for emotional cues, they started mimicking human expressions. The slow blink works because it looks like human affection. It triggers your bonding instincts. It makes you feel loved. And while you're basking in that warm, fuzzy feeling, your cat is reinforcing the psychological loop that keeps you buying the expensive food. And here's the really wild part. Cats have actually adjusted their sleep schedules to match yours. In the wild, cats sleep whenever they want, usually in short bursts throughout the day and night. But domestic cats, They've shifted their circadian rhythms to sync up with their humans. They sleep when you sleep, more or less. And why would they do that? Out of love? Out of companionship? No. Because they've learned that staying close to you maximizes their access to resources. If they're awake when you're awake, they can monitor your movements, anticipate your routines, and intercept you on your way to the kitchen. If they're near you when you're sleeping, they can wake you up the instant they need something. It's not attachment, it's surveillance. It's a 24/7 monitoring system disguised as a cute, furry roommate. So let's bring this all together. That paw on your face at night? Wellness check to confirm you're still a viable resource. The scent marking on your skin, your clothes, your furniture. Property branding to make sure everyone knows you're claimed. The 3 AM Zoomies? Territorial patrols combined with calculated sleep deprivation to keep you too tired to resist. The staring into empty corners. Deliberate gaslighting to make you think your house is haunted, keeping you dependent and anxious. And the slow blink. A perfectly calibrated psychological manipulation tactic designed to make you feel loved so you keep the high-quality food coming. Your cat isn't your companion. They're your supervisor, your manager, your adorable little overlord who's been running a long-term psyop on you since the day you brought them home. And the most brilliant part? You don't even mind. You actually enjoy it. You post pictures of them on social media. You buy them toys they ignore. You rearrange your furniture to give them better window access. You've been completely and thoroughly domesticated, and you didn't even realize it was happening. So tonight, when you're lying in bed and you feel that soft paw touch your cheek, just remember, it's not love. It's a status update. It's a system check. It's your cat making absolutely certain that their most valuable asset is still operational. Sweet dreams. And don't forget to set your alarm for 6 a.m. Your cat's already planned your entire morning, and trust me, they're not going to let you sleep through it.
Everything is operational. You're doing splendidly.